I am so addicted. What are you addicted to? Like, you say you, and you know, I don't go by you, so. And I know you get called you a lot, so. Idiot. Stupid dumbass. Time for you guys to see it every time I see a civilian. It's not my problem. I saved the day. What? Am I gonna help your injuries by having us move 150 miles an hour through the air? I just don't think I'm gonna be any help there. Can't wait for that to somehow backfire on me. I'm gonna get some karma in this next fight. Let's see it. Oh wait, no, it's a high-speed chase. I don't have to worry about karma. I just have to press the cool buttons to make the animations go burr. Come here. Bam. I love this game. I love this game so much. And off I go. Rescue shoppers up, symbiote time. And symbiotes are trying to get at those people. Miles! Let's go. Oh. Sick. Bye, Miles.
All clear. At least for a little while.
Oh shit! Oh no! I got that guy hit by a goddamn rocket. Not a rocket, an entire plane, an entire helicopter. It is such a pretty game. I'm just so enamored with this game, dude. Do you think these guys are ready for something big? Come here. There we are. No! It wasn't locking on. He was also Miles in the Ultimate show. Granted, of course, that's probably a role many won't remember him for. But yeah, you know. It is really cool that they got him to be so, like, connected to the character he basically created. Which is just so nice. Come here. There we are. Alright, well, we got a bunch of the basic ones. Didn't get any of the symbiote exclusives because we kind of wiped them out before we got a chance to do that, but that's fine. Let me do it, let me do it, let me do it. Oh, I'm cool. But can I stay cool? I stayed cool! I do think, like, I love this game. I do love this game. It is absolutely just... While it is probably just only barely better than Miles Morales in terms of its story, just a bit better because it has more emotional weight to me. It is a bit of a mess story-wise in a couple areas. Like, they really didn't let Pete progress into being more of an asshole, and they just kind of made him an asshole, like, very quickly. But, goddamn, dude, I still adore this game. And the gameplay changes that they made for it, yeah, it does suck that stealth kind of got gutted. But I'm sorry, most of those gadgets in combat are kind of whatever. Either that, or they were simply replaced very easily with a lot cooler stuff. Like the suspension matrix basically got replaced by both Miles and Peter. Just simply using one of their special moves. A spider arm jump, I don't know, the one where he grabs a dude and then just yanks them upward, you know, this one? That effectively is suspension matrix. It's a shorter suspension matrix, but it basically means you get to do more, and you're more limited on like the time you have in order to utilize it. which I think promotes creativity with how you use it, or promotes speed and higher action. And then there's the fact that you can technically get a lot of people into a suspension matrix mode by just not symbiote yank, by simply using yank on them. Good old web slam. I don't know the moves. I'm sorry, I don't know them by name. But good old L2 and R2. I love this game. The swinging's been massively improved, like wholeheartedly. Like, this is the best traversal system in any game ever. And I know there are some people who would point at some other games, but I'm sorry. This is just too great. All it needs is honestly a bit of a bigger map. Okay. Well, I guess I'm talking as someone who's put 160 hours into the game. But when you do get good enough at swinging to where you're speeding through basically the entirety of New York in like 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds. It's gross exaggeration, but still. Like, when you're able to move so fast, you end up seeing a lot of the same environments over and over again. And one, I feel great knowing that, oh, I just looped the entire map in like 30 seconds. Like, one, that's cool, but two, it does leave me exploring a lot of the same areas. And I do think they should have made the co-fights a bit more, I guess, heavily interactable. Or, I guess, just something you can more or less control when you get. Because it is a lot of fun to just, like, see the dual finishers or just interact with the other vigilantes. Plus, the whole Agent Venom arc was pretty short. There's a lot of problems that I could bring up with this game. But the fact that I can do this... yeah, I feel pretty good. I'm just so goddamn fast, dude. Oh, God. Oh, also. Yeah, we've been doing this for like 20 more minutes than I thought we would. But I just love this game, man. There's just so much. There's so much that I do wish they improved about this game. But at the same time, holy shit, I feel like a god. Like, look at me go. Absolutely wonderful. I am Spider-Man. Like, I mean, how many other games let you do this? Like, let you do this a bullshit to some guys. I hit a 36 combo on that one dude. I feel so goddamn good. Oh, it's beautiful. See, now I'm just clickbaiting people. Like, my title is straight up, I am a Jedi, but here I am. I am Spider-Man. Who's asking me to try this? Because, yeah, I don't think you want this. Yeah, that... whoever did that... you poor bastards. You are not getting invited back to the cult meeting. And by that I mean, you're probably gonna be the one getting sacrificed later tonight. I've heard some people complain that the game is very button mashing, and I'll concede that. There should have been a few more moves, especially to compensate for the change in how many gadgets there were, but I'm sorry. I think this gameplay has just been harshly improved on. I think everything about this has been made better. And I can't wait for the Spider update. I can't wait for what I'm assuming is going to be in February, March. Those, like that update, I need to see it. I need to experience it. Come here. Well, I guess I'm getting electrocuted today. Woo! I skimmed right over that. That was awesome. Who's getting shut down? Let's play some Miles. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, buddy. Leap of faith is not the time. I was off my controller for a second. Fuck yeah, though. All the exaggerated swagger of the black teens. Let's go. Drawing them as papyrus. I saw a bit of that, I think. I don't really remember any specific work, but I do remember that. Oh, you know what else I'm a little upset about? After Spider-Man Miles Morales, they took out some of Miles' moves, which I'm just vehemently upset about. Especially when it comes to the web yank. Like web yanking an enemy that you hit away for whatever reason. Oh. They made it so that, well, in the last game, in Miles Morales, you would follow up with, like, another kick to just, like, kind of continue that combo for a little bit. Like, just continuing that, like, intended combo, which I think is cool, and I liked it a lot. But then they kind of got rid of it in a weird way. Because it is still in the game. It's just not on Miles anymore. And it's not a default move that you can use. Instead, for whatever reason, it's only accessible during Peter's, symbiote rage stuff. Which I just find really weird. Like, that is a very unique place to put it. Like, you'd think you'd want a move like that to be more easily accessible. But instead, they just made it only for Pete, and they decided to make it only when he's super, super angry. Come here. There are a couple of very just weird changes in this game. But then again, I feel like that goes for a lot of sequels that try and make it so that they don't feel exactly like the previous game. But it's all good. I like this. I like this game a lot. If that wasn't already evident by my 160 hours in the game. And only 3 profiles. Which, yes, for about 70 hours, I have just been in free roam. And specifically, on this save file. And I do wonder how many people have heard that, yeah, the developers at Insomniac did admit, yes, the game was rushed. Sony was pushing for a somewhat holiday release schedule, and we got ourselves Spider-Man 2 a little bit earlier than Insomniac believed it was ready for. But they still managed to pull through and make a really, really good game, I think.
That car's swerving all over the place.
Like, I think without a doubt, this is a fantastic game. In terms of its raw gameplay, I think it's probably one of the best that I can really come back to and play consistently. Like, I love this shit, dude. I have just been free roaming for like the past nearly 45 minutes, and I don't know how. I've just been here. I just love swinging around, what can I say? Trying to go back to the other 2 games, fucking impossible. It's literally impossible to go back. I can't. I tried. I tried like a solid month after this game came out, and I just was astonished by how differently they both feel. Both Miles Morales and Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man Peter Parker, should be referred to as now. But goddamn, it is just absurd. Come here. I'm sorry, civilian. But if you can talk, you can walk. Time to go to the hospital, buddy. And I mean walk. You don't want to pay those ambulance bills. God, I feel like I don't want to stop, but I feel like I should. I've just been doing this for so long. Oh no. I love it though.
Those civilians need my help. Time to cut in.
Didn't I just do something here? I feel like I might have already been here for whatever reason.
Thank you.
Good old deja vu hitting. Spider dementia already? May as well go with the end suit. Jesus. Come here. And what was the civilian that was just here? We had a time skip moment. They left. Oh, I love when this shit happens. This is so goddamn cool. I'm so upset that's not like an actual setting you can change. Having free reign of the camera there is so cool. Like, I know it's a bug, but it's a pretty cool bug. Which are my exact thoughts on Spider-Man. So goddamn cool that you could just do that. Oh my god. Aw, not the arms, man. Should we visit the dead people? Yeah, sure, why not? They're around here, right? Yeah. Yeah, thanks, video game. That's exactly what I wanted to see.
You would not believe the month I've had, Pops.
It's been a crazy month. All this in a month. Let's check the place out as Pete this time. Pete, where are you hanging out? Oh. Oh, you were hanging out with that. Let's see. Oh. Yo, Aunt May, where you at? You better not have gotten up and moved again. I'll play and hide from the spider? It's a dick move, guys. I was just here, I swear. I found you guys. There you guys are. Right? Yep, there's May and Ben. Okay. And then there's Jefferson. Alright, let's go check out on Miles' greatest mistake. Right over here. And see, what I feel like went unnoticed in the testing process of this game is the fact that this place is just explorable. Almost feels like they wanted something down here. Like with how deep you can go, but then it like just kind of abruptly ends down here. Like very strangely. And you can actually just, I think, come on now. Right here? Yep. Oh. Maybe they patched it. They might have patched this. It's entirely plausible. Let me in. Let the Peter Parker in. Okay, yeah, they patched that out. Maybe it was a stealth patch, maybe not. I don't know. One more crime as Pete, and then we'll swap back over to Miles and check out on Pete's greatest failure. Fine. We'll finish this crime, and then we'll swap back to Miles. You're lucky they're also really close by, buddy. I would have left you for the wolves. Alright, let's go to Oscorp. Avengers Tower, yep, right over there. I mean, why not stop another crime before we go there? Also, can we talk about the contrast between how Pete and Miles interact with Wraith? Or rather, how Wraith interacts with the both of them? Where Wraith is kind of done with Pete for the most part in terms of not really wanting to be around him like that, you know? Like, not super commonly. But at the same time, the way she's so warm with Miles, let's be honest here, that's because Miles reminds her of Pete. And she does like working with the Spider-Men. She just wishes that her and Pete didn't have to be on awkward terms, you know? And I think that's so cool of like my own personal headcanon. The reason why she's so much more warm in terms of her dialogue to Miles than Pete. I think that's awesome. I love making shit up for my own for my own enjoyment purposes. Where does it say that? I made it the fuck up. Hey, man. Whoa! Where were you? What did you just try to do to me? No. I absorbed that shit. You misunderstand which Spider-Man you're against. In fact, you stay up there. Let's bring the electric back. You happy, bud? I don't know if that was even you who threw that. But it was one of your guys, so... good enough for me. I know this is very a Spider-Man fan-y thing to say, but I do think there were two categories that this game absolutely could have won that I think got snubbed. Well, one of them I kind of believe was a snub, and the other is like fair argument. But I kind of wish this game won Action Adventure Game of the Year. It's the action part that carries it. Like, okay, I know with Tears of the Kingdom, the part that really carries it is the exploration. And it did get a huge buff in its action compared to Breath of the Wild with all the changes that Tears of the Kingdom made to the layout of the mechanics and how you interact with those mechanics. But when it comes down to the action aspect of this game, literally everything... No, I don't think a single game really came close. I think this game's action is otherworldly. Like, it is so much fun. That's like the only category that I'm kind of wishing it won. Like, it's without debate that if Baldur's Gate has only one thing, it's performances. It's performances and content. Like, that's... it's otherworldly. The content and various options. Realistically, you could actually make an argument for it also winning Action Adventure of the Year. Because the game has action, albeit turn-based. Tactical turn-based. And there's a lot of different options you can explore when in the game, so... If it came down to just Tears of the Kingdom versus Spider-Man 2 in terms of action-adventure, I think I'd rather give it to Spider-Man 2, just because of... Ow, my eyes. I don't think God likes me saying these things. I think I'm saying something blasphemous from the gaming gods. But, yeah, I think when it comes down to Spider-Man 2 versus Tears of the Kingdom, I think to me, I like Spider-Man 2 a lot for its action. Like, its action is absolutely fantastic. And I don't think any other game this year really comes close to it. Like, I know Tears of the Kingdom is a massive game, but I think the action that got updated wasn't enough for me to say that it was the best action of the year, you know?
Branding irons?
And I know because of that, that becomes a lot more of an argument between, for most, it might turn into a bit more of an argument between Resident Evil 4 and the other games. But I think with Resident Evil 4, it's a lot of kicking. It's a lot of the same loop. And when it comes to a game where you can just shoot all your problems away, of course, granted, that is giving the argument of, well, you can just use one option in any game, and typically it'll work. You're just kind of blunt forcing it, which, yeah, is fair. And I really shouldn't be talking about games that I haven't really played. Like, I've seen gameplay. Like, I've seen entire playthroughs of Resident Evil 4 Remake, and it just doesn't look like a game for me. Like, in theory, it should absolutely be. I don't know what it is with me and Resident Evil. Like, I have Resident Evil 7, I have Resident Evil 2 Remake, but for some reason, I just can't get into the game. Like, Resident Evil feels like a game that I more than should love. Resident Evil 4 feels like the game that I should love a lot. Looking at the checkboxes that it checks, that I've been kind of craving from an action-adventure game, where I want a mix of a bit of everything, of melee combat, range combat, and just like hordes of enemies coming at me, and I still have the tools to face them off if I play good enough. Like, I don't know what it is, but Resident Evil sounds like the game that I'm looking for, but at the same time, I just don't feel that way about it. Like, Resident Evil has been that game series that's been haunting me for such a long time, because I should love it. I feel like I should love it. It feels like the game for me. But then I just like look at the game, and for whatever reason, I'm just not attracted to it. It is one of those games where I'm just like, I want to like this. I desperately want to like this, but I just don't. Hell, you could even point towards my love for like simple Zelda puzzles as like another reason why I should love it. Like playing Resident Evil 2, I got a lot of that vibe where it's killing me that I don't like this game. When I was trying Resident Evil 2 Remake, I was in so much pain knowing that, oh shit, everything is here. Everything's basically here. I should be loving this game, but I just wasn't. So I keep stopping Resident Evil 2. Like, for anyone who, I doubt it, but for anyone who's been here since my Twitch days, you should know that, yeah, I did try Resident Evil 2 Remake like 3 times, and I kept dropping the game because for some reason I just keep not enjoying it, despite how many boxes it clicks. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's one of those games that I wish I could enjoy. Me and Resident Evil have a complicated relationship. Any kind of status on any page, it's just gonna be, it's weird. It's so complicated, man. My relationship with Resident Evil games sounds like the most toxic shit imaginable. Where, well, not even toxic, but most asshole way about it. Like, it's exactly those memes on relationships. Well, people who can't get into the relationship with the person they want to be in a relationship with, like, them saying some shit like, I don't know, I'm looking for a guy that's like you, but not you. Where it's just, I'm looking for a game that's just Resident Evil, but not Resident Evil. I don't know what it is, man. I can't possibly define what it is. It's so weird. I hate it. I hate that every time I look at a game that I want, well, whenever I think about the kind of game that I want, and then I end up saying, this sounds a lot like Resident Evil. And then I realize it is just Resident Evil. But at the same time, I don't want to play Resident Evil. It's just a terrible, awful relationship me and Resident Evil have. It's just not even terrible, it's just sad. It's the love that I can't ever let live. My favorite game that I'll never play. Resident Evil. Why can't I find a game like Resident Evil? Exactly, man. And the best part, I'm toying with it. I'm toying with its emotions every time I hop on the game and then never come back to it. Whenever I, like, list out, here's what I want, and then the game that pops to mind, I'm just not super into. Another game that pops into mind, very much in the same category of an action game that just lets me combo things forever. Devil May Cry. I like Devil May Cry 5. I did. But for whatever reason, I can't come back to it, no matter how much I want to just get in the game and combo shit. Maybe I'm just playing the wrong modes. Maybe there is, like, actually a mode that is just, oh, here's demons, keep fighting demons. Here's your onslaught of demons. But at least I finished Devil May Cry 5. Massive first world problems. Oh, the game that I want isn't the game that exists. Except it totally does exist. I just don't like that game. My relationship with Resident Evil is just not good. But at least when it comes to my relationship with Devil May Cry, I liked it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But it just wasn't a game that could stick around, you know? It was a fling. Me and Devil May Cry had a fling, but nothing else. When it comes to Resident Evil, I keep going to their house, and then I just don't do anything there. I keep going to Resident Evil's house, and then I never do anything. I go to Resident Evil to complain about my game exes. I go there to talk about, man, I really love Majora's Mask. I wish it got a little better. Resident Evil tries to put its arm around my shoulder, and I just, like, ignore him. Like, that's why I stand up to be like, yep, time to go. Feels so bad for Resident Evil. That poor multi-million-dollar franchise. Not beloved by Nydal. How terrible. I am really sad about it, though. I really am. Because I love that game. But not really. The game I'll love to never love. The status Resident Evil puts on Facebook with me is it's complicated. Meanwhile, mine is decent friends. Love them like a cousin. Not even a brother. We're not that close, you know? Want a game just like it. But I'll never play it. I'll never complete it. Feel bad for people who had that happen to them. What do you mean? That doesn't happen to anyone. It only happens to me in video games I like. It's not a real situation that ever happens. That'd be too sad for it to happen in real life. Not even like a brother is crazy. My relationship with a lot of games are very complicated. Like, I feel bad for the game owned by a multi-million-dollar company. But at the same time, I'm just here going, if I don't like it, I don't like it. Not much I can change about that. Granted, I guess, there was one game that really made me change my tune about it. God, I still can't believe Age of Calamity managed to do as well as it did. Like, that series getting me literal tens of thousands of views is nuts. That series alone actively got me, what, 100,000 views by the time I was finished with the main story in the game. Like, come on, dude. You're telling me the game did all that and I didn't even care about the game when I started? And now it feels like one of the most important games that I've ever actually played. Like, maybe not my favorite game that I've ever played. but actually one of the most important games, one of the most impactful games that I've ever played. That shit's crazy. That shit's not even right. How am I not gonna give a fuck about a game and then I turn out to have it be one of the most important games I've ever played? In terms of like the impact I've made on the world? How legitimately looking at it like that is mind-boggling to me. Knowing that I will forever be more remembered, not as a person, but as that guy that a good chunk of people in the world, not a good chunk, you know, a large surplus of people only know exist because of Age of Calamity. Like, what the fuck is that? That's crazy. That's not even right. I don't think I'll ever be actually like over Age of Calamity. Like, no matter how little I really play it ever, that will forever be a game that has actually changed a lot of my perception of myself in a weird way. As getting recognized like that, or like getting that much fucking clout, I guess, really did say a lot. Especially like so much of the positive reception that I managed to get while playing that game. It made me feel really good. Especially considering now I do fully believe that with the right media, like with the right something, people will enjoy what I do. And maybe they won't love everything I do, and that's fine. But seeing how, for whatever reason, people really did like that, I think that has changed like my perception on like me and my overall world value. I don't know. It's weird. I don't really know how to properly describe it other than it gave me a bit of a fucking ego. And now here I am playing Spider-Man. And the best part is so little of my life has actually changed. And I feel very happy about that. Like, legitimately. Even after that little blip of virality that I got, knowing that nothing really changed. Like, I'm not out here actively trying to spam the Age of Calamity content. Feels good. Because I do think that tells a lot more about me. What the fuck? Okay, that's a clip worth saving. Like, legitimately, I need to know how that happened. But, yeah. Knowing that I didn't really change at all in terms of, like, what I do has proven to me that I'm not super easily corrupted by clout. And I do prefer to make what makes me, like, happy and what gives me the most fun instead of just clout. That was nuts. Like, that bit of clout that I experienced was a bit of a rush, a bit of a drug. But it wasn't something I got super addicted to, which I am really happy about. I wonder how many people would have started dedicating their channel to Age of Calamity, or to one game that they weren't super crazy about, just because it started getting popular. I feel like that was a rant that kind of had no purpose, but damn. No matter what, I just feel good. Then again, maybe it was a stupid idea for me not to really pursue Age of Calamity. Like, who knows? Maybe I could have grinded a bit more virality there. And then, like, moved on to things I really wanted to make content on. Who knows? Maybe that was a mistake overall in terms of, like, my overall YouTube career. But that's fine. I like how I ended up anyway. Do I want more? A little bit. Do I like what I have? I do. I really do. Alright. I think that was enough video game Spider-Man therapy for me. Maybe that's why I like this game. It gets me in a very talkative mood. That's what we're gonna call it. I didn't even talk about like Pete's stuff that we visited. Poor bastard. Poor bastard. We were here for like an hour. Damn, Spider-Man. You like that. And hold on, let's show the hours. Let's show the hours. Now that we've added another hour. Ah, awesome. Like another hour. Oh, sorry, controller. Like another hour and a half. There's my. This is my game lineup. Don't judge me. I don't primarily play on this platform, but all right, boys. I think that was a pretty nice, nice little game session. Had a lot going on. Probably should have started recording. In retrospect, but I guess I'll just have to download the VOD, which unfortunate, but yeah, it'll make for some alright content, and that's cool. So, with that, everyone, thank you to everyone who dropped by. It means a lot, and bye bye.